After the elevation of all the different levels that the Siddur journey has led us on, now we're going to be coming down and absorbing everything we've received. At this point in the Siddur's journey, we're about to return to sitting, absorbing, simply being. You see, what's going to happen now is what the rabbis say is the shihiyah, the pausing, the waiting that comes after the prayer. If you remember way back when we began together, we began this whole journey by the simple sitting in what is called makom, being mechavenet halev lamakom, aligning and attuning our hearts to being in our place. That was how this whole journey began. And I want to briefly review where we've been so you'll appreciate now where we're going to be going. Because after that, we entered into the world of blessing. And blessing Hashem, we brought down into ourselves these powers of movement and expansion. And then we noted how, even though we might be so expansive, the infinite is forever, entirely of a different order. And we turned ourselves over in the direction towards Hashem and the practice of reading of the sacrifices and imagining ourselves ascending towards Him. And then we looked outside the window and saw how beautiful this world is and returned to combine the expansiveness and the sense of Hashem's presence during the songs of praise, the Psukei de Zimra. Then we bonded ourselves together to the single one who bonds all together and saying Shema Yisrael Hashem Echad. After all of that, we were ready to begin prayer. And we did that by aligning ourselves with the different drives that Hashem has, that He brings to the world, where there's a desire for wisdom, a desire for rectitude, a desire for loving kindness and care, a desire for clear boundaries, etc. All of the different things that we were asking for during the Shmoneh Esrei, we were actually aligning ourselves with these divine powers. Then we just laid ourselves down on the floor, in whatever way you do it, to give ourselves over to Hashem in a recognition that whatever we are, whoever we are favored in His care. That was the tachanun. And in a sense, that was the highest level of this entire process. Now we're beginning to return, and we're going to be paralleling everything we did going up as we come down. So the first thing we want to do here is, again, to sit in place and just align ourselves with makom. This is the Ashrei Yoshvei Veitecha, which now the Siddur has us saying, and I think a lot of us kind of miss the point about it. This is actually a statement of instruction to us. In Ashrei, meaning assured are you who stay in dwelling in Hashem's house. Ashrei, which also plays on the word lishrot, which means to become absorbed with, to become soaked with the divine presence. Ashrei, which comes also from a word which is about song and singing, the kind of song which comes up from a person who's able to simply align oneself with the presence of being. This practice is also referred to in a verse which says, Ach tzadikim yodu lishmecha, that the tzadikim, those who seek to align themselves, they give thanks to you and your essence and your name and your expression. Yeshvu yesharim et panecha, the yesharim, people who are straight, honest, real with what is, they stay in your presence as long as they can. Yesharim is also a play on the word Ashrei, meaning that here, I'm just trying to be straight about this, trying to be real about this. I don't want to just rush through all these prayers. I don't want to just rush through this process. Now's the time to take a few moments and absorb it, Ashrei, and absorb it, Shoreh, to be inspired by it, another meaning of that word. It's a very, very rich word. It's no wonder that in Hebrew, my book, which in English is close to 500 pages, has been translated into about 300, because the English just requires so much explication of words in Hebrew that are just so simple and straightforward. And it's beautiful now for us to appreciate that. And so here's the moment when, I don't know, if you're davening, if you're praying together with a minyan, in a Beit Knesset, in a shul, in a synagogue. So this might be a little bit problematic or tricky for you to be able to do, and this might be the time for you to kind of maybe set your pace as being different from what everyone else is doing until the time comes when everyone does this. But this is really the time for you to sit quietly, absorb what has been, allow yourself to return to makom, to have these quiet moments in which you're no longer saying words and no longer trying to get somewhere, but actually are just simply in place. It could be a time for you to put some meditation music in your ears. I've got some selections on YouTube, and there's all kinds of music that might be good for you to listen to that help you center that way, or just to do that in silence. And yeah, it could be now the rest of the Siddur, the rest of the congregation is going to get ahead of you. That's okay at this point, because you don't really need to be with them for the rest of the prayer. And here, to just take these very precious moments and allow things to absorb, because from here down, we're actually going to be saying things in the Siddur and doing things which are meant to realign us with life in this world. And so it's this transition point which makes that most preciously possible. So I want to encourage you to stay for the meditation, in which we're going to appreciate and enjoy both Ashrei as this moment of quieting and absorbing, and also referring to a few of the verses in the Ashrei which actually follow the path of the alignment with Hashem's values and desires that we experience during the course of the Amidah. In this meditation, we're going to move into the Shihiyah of being in Makom through the words Ashrei Yoshvei Veitecha Od Yalalu Chasela. How assured, how inspired, how joyous, how absorbed are those who dwell in your house, Hashem. They are filled with the brightness of praise for you forever. And so let's take these moments now as we absorb all of the prayers we've prayed, all of the movements of soul that we've experienced, and allow ourselves to simply become a place to receive. Find yourself a comfortable position. And take a deep breath with me through your nostrils, sensing how the space within you expands. And now slowly release that air out into the space around you. Breathe deeply again, this time sensing how calm and serenity begins to enter you as your inner world expands, enlarging to receive. And again, slowly release the air you breathed in. You might want to repeat with me a few times. Ashrei Yoshvei Veitecha Od Yalelu Chasela. Ashrei Yoshvei Veitecha. Od Yalelu Chasela. Ashrei Yoshvei Veitecha. Od Yalelu Chasela. Ashrei Yoshvei Veitecha. Od Yalelu Chasela. And now just the word Ashrei itself. Ashrei, 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 Ashrei. Letting it continue to reverb within you. Simply follow your breath. Notice your stomach rising and falling. Sense yourself now absorbing wisdom. As your mind brightens. Feel yourself imbibing intelligence that knows, that yearns, seeks to connect. Feel loving kindness trickling down your throat towards your heart. Experience the boundaries that enable your individuation to be real. Feel the balance and healing that comes with that. Sense Hashem's desire to connect with you and share His life and gifts. Appreciate how He guards you and keeps you. Sense a desire to share the praises of an enlightened knowing. Return to the simple presence as all this is absorbed. Ashrei, absorbed in you. Ashrei, inspiring you. Ashrei, singing through you. Ashrei, Yoshvei Veitecha. How sure and joyous are those who dwell in your house, Hashem. Oh, Nialalu Chasela, forever with brightness, glowing with praise.